is people being convinced to build other arcs,
Oh, yes.
the projects of others, to emphasize the project of other men. And they think they are doing what God wants for their lives. That's not that. God's project is particular to each one of us, and even if we can be used by the Spirit to help others to find Christ, it's never to depend on men. And you have that on the scriptures in the book of Acts, in the first church communities. They when they receive some message ordered by the Holy Spirit, something from God, they did not depend on the opinions of others. Peter didn't depend on the opinions of other apostles to go to preach the gospel to the Roman centurion. He had his own experience with God, and he didn't doubt that was the will of the Father for him on that day. And that was a big experience, as you can read in the scripture. So the angel had the confirmation, he had the vision, he understood the vision, and he didn't depend on others' opinion. What do you think is this? I was praying and I saw an angel and I saw that kind of vision. No, he believed what God gave to him on the moment. His own discernment about the vision. So he obeyed because he had understood that God called him personally to serve him, not to serve a congregation or another guy's project. He was called to be an instrument of the Spirit. We see that also in Philip, when he went to that road coming from Jerusalem, because the Spirit sent him. Go. He didn't went to the church, to the congregation. Hey, Peter, I think Jesus wants me to go to that road to preach to someone that I don't know. No, he went. He obeyed because he recognized and he knew his role in God's project. We have also the guy who healed Paul when he was blind. God said, go to that house because I have chosen that guy and you will find him blind and I want you to heal him. He didn't discuss with the church, with the elders. Oh, should I go? What do you think? This is from God? No, he obeyed. He received. He had his own experience. Nobody knew that he was going to heal Paul on that day. Peter didn't have that revelation. James didn't have revelation. That humble servant, Ananias, he had and he obeyed because he knew what he was for God. Even if he heard the gospel from the apostles. So we can see that the apostles didn't make their own disciples. They produced disciples of the Spirit of Christ. This is our role. This is what we do here. This is what I try to do when I share my God, the God that I have been walking in his presence for more than 20 years. Because that's what he called me to do. You are not going to make disciples of Jose. You are going to present them to me. And I will use your life, your experiences, to reach others. Then you get out of my way, my little donkey. Otherwise, I will punish you. I will ride you on you, and then you get out. But now we have a Christianity that want to put donkeys in the place of the Spirit. Donkeys, living donkeys. You see the problem? Because people are not honest. They forget what they were before they were without Christ. They want to become the leaders. They want fame, they want money. This is not Christianity. This is not the way of Christ. The biggest reward I can get is when someone tells me I had an experience with the Spirit. God did this. This is the project of God. This is how we should be understanding that this is what we are called for. Our reward is our own experience and service to the Spirit. Nobody will see it probably. Nobody was there when Philip went to that road to talk to the Ethiopian guy. But it was written because the Spirit that was the author of that episode, he allowed the other apostles to have their knowledge of that episode, because for sure Philip came very happy and told others, and that was recorded. We don't need to tell others, we don't need to emphasize ourselves, because it's the Spirit that will do it if we are faithful. So I believe this is the difference between what people can find here and what they are finding on their cradles, spiritual cradles, from where they are taken out, from where they have to be living if they want to continue to serve God. Otherwise, they will serve men. And their lives will be more and more and more empty, spiritually speaking. Because you can be recognized as a great member of a church, the great deacon. We have a great deacon, Baptist deacon here, Herb, and he get out. Because he was not called to be a deacon to men. And by the way, deacon means helper. He was called to be a deacon, probably for a time there, but not to serve the projects of the leaders of that church. Her was a deacon to God. Probably they didn't understand that. They didn't recognize the call. And that come the time where Herb had to say, if I want to follow my God, if I want to follow Christ, I have to choose. I will have to lose this privilege. Probably they will call me an Arabic. But my God is being served. I will give my fruits to my Lord, not to men. Any one of these people that are here, including me, we have to make that choice sooner or later. We have to hurt other people to follow Christ. The price, the real price to follow the Spirit of God, it's everything. It's not 10% of ourselves.
Yeah.
Jesus said, if we do not hurt, if we do not hate or become hateful with mothers and fathers and sons, we cannot be his disciples. because it's the Spirit that will lead us to that crossroads. The Spirit will allow Satan to blind those that we love, to test us if we really want to follow Christ. The question is, when comes that time that I have to choose to hurt the Spirit or to hurt my son, to hurt the Spirit or to hurt my father, to hurt the Spirit or to hurt my wife, what will I choose? Maybe it's not the beginning, but it's according with your maturity, with the things that God already had given you as an experience, as a blessing, as a deliverance. It's according to our maturity. But sooner or later, God has to be in the first place. And that things must be spoken, must be preparing the people. Otherwise, they will fail the test. We are not producing disciples of the Spirit. That's my opinion about this.